Some people die at 25 and aren't buried until 75. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. Better to jump and make a mistake than sit there, too frightened to make a move. If you are comfortable dancing in public without alcohol or drugs, you are at peace with who you are. People do not decide their futures. They decide their habits, and their habits decide their futures. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Only staying active will make you want to live 100 years. You are what you eat and read. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. Fall in love with becoming the best version of yourself, but with patience, with compassion, and respect to your own journey. The first step toward getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. Learn to choose your mental health over old attachments. If it isn't a clear yes, then it's a clear no. Procrastination will delay your dreams. Reading an hour a day is only 4% of your day, but that 4% will put you at the top of your field within 10 years. Find the time. May God have mercy upon my enemies, because I won't. Surround yourself only with people who are going to lift you higher. If you cannot decide, the answer is no. You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down. Always say less than necessary. It always seems impossible until it is done. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. A man who fears suffering is already suffering from what he fears. We work jobs we hate to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. A friend to all is a friend to none. By changing nothing, nothing changes. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. If you want a new idea, read an old book. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. If people are not laughing at your goals are too small. If you are lonely when you're alone, you are in a bad company. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. When you have something to say, silence is a lie. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which requires the most thought. In life, the only two things you can control are your effort and your attitude. Everything else is not up to you. Do what you can with what you have where you are. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. If you live each day as if it were your last, someday you'll be right. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. The only impossible journey is the one you never began. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Everyone must choose one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Never spend money before you have it. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. He who has a why to live for can bear with almost anyhow. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. One day you will wake up, and there won't be any more time to do things you've always wanted. Do it now. You should examine yourself daily. If you find faults, you should correct them. When you find none, you should try even harder. If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success. Travel and tell no one. Live a true love story and tell no one. Live happily and tell no one. People ruin beautiful things. The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. The first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Step out of your comfort zone and face your fears. Growth takes place when you are challenged, not when you are comfortable. Be so good that they can't ignore you. Who chases to rabbits catches neither. When you focus on you, you grow. When you focus on shit, shit grows. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. A little impatience will spoil great plans. You've made mistakes in the past. You will probably make more in future, and that's okay. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. A good plan, violently executed now, is better than a perfect plan next week. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. A fit body, a calm mind, a house full of love. These things cannot be bought. They must be earned. No mortal man is wise at all moments. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Life will not postpone our death, so let us not postpone our life. Win through your actions, never through argument. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourselves. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.